Let's find the perimeter and the area for the figure, a circle with radius of 1 1/4 yards. In order to do this, let's draw a circle and label a radius of 1 1/4 yards in it. So we've drawn a circle here, and from the center to the side we'll label a radius r, and as we're given, we'll label it 1 1/4 yards. Let's find the perimeter and the area of the circle now. The perimeter for a circle is really called the circumference, and it measures the length going around the circle. We'll use the formula circumference equals 2 times pi times r. So circumference, c, is equal to 2 times pi times r. Our r here is the radius, which is 1 1/4 yards, so let's replace that in our formula. So c equals 2 times pi times 1 1/4. For us to simplify this, we're going to, for the time being, forget about the pi and write that in our final answer at the very end. Furthermore, let's convert 1 1/4 to an improper fraction, then a mixed number, so that we'll be able to multiply it by pi. To convert 1 1/4 to an improper fraction, we'll multiply 4 times the whole part, 1, and then add that to our numerator and write that over the denominator. So, rewriting everything. First of all, we'll write the 2 again, and we'll write the pi at the very end. 1 1/4, to convert that to an improper fraction, will be 4 times 1 plus the numerator 1 over the denominator of 4. Simplifying this, 4 times 1 is 4, plus 1 more is 5. 5/4 is what 1 1/4 becomes. So c equals 2 times 5/4 times our pi at the end. Now again, forgetting about the pi for a second, we have 2 times 5/4. So to simplify this, we realize multiplying fractions, we'll write 2 as 2 over 1, since any number can be written over 1. And to multiply fractions, we'll multiply numerators and denominators. So multiplying 2 times 5 over 1 times 4 with a pi at the end, we see that we can multiply 2 times 5 to become 10, and 1 times 4 is 4 with a pi. Now 10/4 reduces to, we see that 2 goes into 4 twice and into 10 5 times, and that says that c equals 5 over 2 times pi. Our final part of this is to write 5/2 back as a mixed number instead of as an improper fraction. To do that, 2 divides into 5 twice with a remainder of 1 left over out of what we were dividing by 2. So the circumference is the answer 2 1/2 pi yards. Now we could convert pi to a decimal and multiply these, but the directions told us to leave pi in the final answer. Do not change pi to a decimal form. So that means that the measurement going around our circle, if we were to measure this, would have a length of 2 1/2 pi's of yards. So that's our circumference. In our second part of the problem, we'd like to find the area. And we'll do the area in the lower right corner of our screen. The formula for area of a circle, if we go back and look, is pi times the radius squared. So that means we'll first write the formula down, pi times the radius squared, where the radius in this problem is 1 1/4 yards. So let's replace r with 1 1/4. So a equals pi times 1 1/4 squared. Now, to simplify this, 1 1/4 squared means that we're about to multiply 1 1/4 multiplied by itself. Again, the best way to multiply is to convert this first to an improper fraction. And since we've already converted 1 1/4 to an improper fraction of 5/4, let's use our previous results. So a equals pi times 5/4 squared. And just expanding what this means, A equals pi times 5/4 squared means 5/4 multiplied by another 5/4. So we'll write the pi at the end again, and to multiply two fractions together, we'll multiply numerator and denominator. So A equals 5 times 5 is 25, 4 times 4 is 16, and we'll write the pi at the end. So as an improper fraction answer, our area is 25/16 pi. Again, let's convert 25/16 back to a mixed number. To do that, 16 divides into 25 one whole time, with a remainder of 9 left over out of 16, what we are dividing by. We'll write our pi again, and so our area, which represents the material inside the circle, would have an area of 1 9/16 pi square yards, since we measure area as square units. So, going around the circle would have a circumference of 2.5 pi yards, and that circle would also have the area inside of it, the material of it, being 1 9/16 pi square yards. And those are our answers.